ladies and gentlemen. Hello.
All right.
Don't mind
Hey,
me.
everybody.
A little out of it. Just had surgery this week. Ignore the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just ignore it. I'm a little loopy. But yeah. The D&D must go on.
It must go
The
on.
D&D must go on.
All right. I've got it here. So if we have anybody participating, I can see that they're participating. Welcome back to Order of the Dice, guys. Awesome. Lord Kyruss decided to grace us with his presence this week. It's been 2 weeks of visiting Yanilla, but in actuality, it's only been a few hours. But that's about the time it's going to take for what happens to happen.
It's not going to take that long, Dennis.
48,
seconds.
52 seconds.
52. So
Tops.
let's talk about last week. Last week was interesting. We had Kalahiri and Ivor, whoever, whatever,
Calamari.
Or Calamari. I
Calamari.
like Calamari. That was a great nickname by Godorak. They were digging into what had happened. There was a good conversation that was taking place. Theron decided to drop some acid via the potion of hallucinations, pray to his god, and hope that he could find out where his good buddies went, which provided for an interesting scene in where they were at with Godorak, Kalhiri, and Ivor, as well as what he dealt with in the dream world. The dynamic duo in the Astral Plane squabbled a little bit, bounced around, found a few gates that kept cycling, ended up into the world of Pandemonium, the plane of Pandemonium, and fought a harpy. We almost lost Neni
Again.
but this one I would say was pretty actually worse off than the last one, because Simbir almost left him in the plane of Pandemonium.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, but needless to say, they came back, and the interesting part is when they arrived, they shimmered and replaced Kalhiri and Ivor. Who were they? What were they? And why were they there? That's an interesting concept that people may think about, people may talk about. Now, as we transition into the day, Lord Kyruss was sent at the beginning of all of this to go grab Yanilla, because this was magical. This was something that was beyond everybody's scope within the party. So we're going to kind of rewind this a little bit, and we are going to be with Lord Kyruss outside the Lady Yanilla's quarters about 4 hours back.
Oh, yeah. Get him.
It's up to you, Lord Kyruss. You arrive at her quarters. The door is closed. It is nighttime. The lights to the outside are fully lit, and you hop off your horse and you tie it to the post, the light post here. What do you do?
In a panic and with a light sweat glistening across my forehead, I make sure that my horse is settled in, knowing that he has performed a magnificent service in getting me to the tower so quickly. Look around and make sure that I am alone.
Which you are.
Then with all haste, I approach her door and knock with the urgent, stern, need you to open sounds that I can muster from my little knocks coming out of my overly chiseled physique and those large mailed fists.
As you rapidly pound on the door, She quickly opens it. Dressed in her gown, she looks at you and she goes, Lord Kyruss, what seems to be the matter? Shock in her face as you are there at her door.
Damn, now that now that I see you, I don't think anything is a matter. In fact, nothing's wrong, and yikes. And Dennis, I just up and down, just take it all in for all the gloriousness that Lady Yanilla is. but my personal needs aside, Neni and Simbir have gone missing at the lake. I can describe to you what we saw, and I can describe to you what happened, but it's magical in nature, and it is far past either Theron or Godorak, either of their understandings or my own.
Could you please describe to me what happened? What did you see?
Absolutely.
And she grabs
We were at
you
Moonstar
and she
Lake.
brings you in and sits you down on the chair, and she sits next to you.
Dennis, I put my hand over on her the armrest of her chair so that I can and turn our chairs to where we're almost looking into each other's eyes.
Okay.
We can't be sitting side by side. I need to
No.
explain this to you.
Yes.
And as I stare into those unbelievably delicious lavender orbs of hotness, I relate to her what happened at the lake. We had found rumors that people were being killed at the lake and that their magic items, their valuables, were being taken. And as heroes of Abukia, who can't do anything on her own, we decided that we would need to help continue to cleanse this city and the surrounding area of the evil that continues to plague it. Well, long story is in as short a version as I can because of the haste with which we need to respond. We were at the lake and were ambushed by what can only be described as overly large crab things that apparently were hungry for our magical items.
Okay.
Of course, we dispatched them very quickly. And knowing that if they had taken these items, there likely would be a place where they would hide those items, Neni and Sembir volunteered to take rope and to try to swim down to see if they could find where perhaps these monsters may have stored their items. They did that. They were gone for several minutes. And the next thing that Godorak and Theron and I saw, there was an incredible explosion out of the water that shot up into the heavens. And then in an instant, the water retreated back the water into where it had exploded from. Deep, deep, deep underneath the water. Now, we tried to swim down following the rope to where it had been at, but the rope has moved from the explosion and we can't find them. Couldn't find them at all. And then, almost in unbelievably ridiculous coincidence, two men approached out of the forest right towards our group. One a tiefling and the other some form of tracker or hunter. And between the three of us, it was decided that I would come and see if we could have you come with us to come and look and see if you or one of the priests here could perhaps try and find out what's going on. What I do know is that they are gone, that I can't sense them, and we don't have any explanation at all for what may or may not have happened. And look, there's a bonus to all of this, Yanilla. I could ride, and look how pretty it is out tonight. And I'll keep you safe all the way to the lake.
She leans forward a little bit. There's some shock, a little bit of awe on her face, and she kind of turns her head with a quizzical look. What color was the light in the water? when it shot to the heavens, what color was that light?
Silver. Silver. Bright. Definitely bright. And not an explosion, not fire, not you would think that there would be a tremendous amount of earth, right? That if you had an explosion like that the water would also be murky, muddy. So not an explosion of fire, not an explosion of earth, and no earth was dislodged in the process. And I think that that's relevant to the fact that there's only one explanation, and that had to have been arcane magic. Man, you are really hard to concentrate like this.
She
I'm hard to
smiles.
I'm having a hard time concentrating. Super. If my words are
Like-
rushed, I wrote at full pace. I'm sorry. I'm just doing the best I can.
I appreciate that and admire the fact that you find me beautiful, but let me go cover myself with a different robe to prepare for our ride. But you didn't find either of their bodies at all in the water.
No. And if we'd have found blood, or if there would have been any of their tokens, trinkets, anything, right? Then I would probably spend the night drinking in sorrow for the loss of our friends. But the timing of this eruption from the water and this silver light going up into the heavens, with no corresponding damage to the environment, no fire, no dislodged earth, it had to have been something arcane. And that's the only theory that makes sense at this point.
So my thoughts, and she sits there, she's like, give me 1 second. And she gets up.
And Dennis, I make sure that she knows you can take all night.
So she gets up and walks over to that desk that's on the other side. You see a shelf. It's got vials and it's like it's got a lot of different alchemy type products there.
Mhm.
But on the other side is a desk, and it's kind of tilted and elevated, and there's a bunch of books already open on it. You see her walk up, and she starts thumbing through one of them, and she starts kind of reading. And did you hear crackling? As she's flipping through the book, her back to you, she's like, "Did you hear crackling? Was there lightning? What else? Was there anything else that went with that?"
And Dennis, because I've been driving to Phoenix and St. George and don't frankly remember.
Yeah.
I don't think that there was. I thought there was like a boom when
There was lightning within the water.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks. Yes, there was lightning, which I believe created the silver or the light effect that channeled up, and then there was obviously the sounds of the water rushing back into the place that it had been.
Okay. I've got one thing I can do that I honestly think your friends, based upon how you've explained it in my research real quick, is I think they got pulled into the astral plane.
And again, forgive me. What is the astral plane?
It is a plane in between. It's a plane that a lot of the spirits themselves travel in as they start their journey to the goddess of death. But there's also uh, there's no land, floating islands, floating celestials, dead gods are there. The Githyanki, they're evil creatures that believe in attacking anybody there. Dragons frequent it, battle angels. There's a lot of. If your friends survive this, they're never going to be the. If that is where they're at, getting them back will require a miracle. But
And let's be honest, Abukia is worthless.
Abukia is not my deity.
I'm liking where you're going with this. Also, not my deity either.
So What I need you to do is
Anything.
sit very still in that chair.
Okay.
And as I do my work, regardless of what you see, you keep your weapons scabbard, strapped to your back, and you stay very still. If
Can I turn the chair to watch?
you absolutely can. Just know,
Dan,
ruin
as
any of this, we will all be in a world of hurt.
Lady Yanilla, the thought of you having any hurt, anything other than pleasure, is not going to happen as long as I'm around. So I will sit quietly. I won't say anything at all. And Dennis, the 13-year-old voyeur in me, is like,
She's like,
"Whew." So I turn my chair, and even though I keep my rapier at my hip, I do exactly what she told me and figure out a way to put it on my back. And then I sit there as the most patient, obedient, amazing child that has ever been created in the history of all mankind.
so she looks at you. I know you've sworn. I know you've promised. But what you're about to see will go against everything. She looks at your symbols and stuff that your God believes in.
Yeah, about that. So I kind of had a crisis of faith.
Is that when
like
you
a week
knocked on
back.
my door?
Yeah. Yeah. And I've chosen a different path than the one that I believe my lineage would have directed me to take. But I am no man's servant, but my own.
So she comes around. She's got a basket with candles in there, and she
I
sets it
swear,
down.
Dennis, if she breaks out some bath bombs and smelling salts, it's on.
And she starts like right smack dab in the middle of her room right here. She pulls out bright red chalk and she starts sketching and drawing right here. And when she's done, that is what you see. She is put a pentagram in the middle, outlined it with the candles, and she starts her chant. It's a really, really quick chant, but it's persistent. And it's the same thing over and over. You slowly start seeing a swirl of mist rising from the floor where this artwork of hers is at. And it starts rising up. And it literally runs from floor to ceiling, which is about 12 feet tall. And the mist is swirling. And it continues to swirl. And eventually, it starts to solidify. And a creature arrives on top of it. So give me 1 second. So you see that creature. And what the creature actually looks like is that. It stands there,
Gee.
floor to ceiling, crook in its hand. And it looks at her. And she smiles very coyly at it. Ah, my good shepherd, how are you today? And just deep, guttural voice. He looks at her and he says, "What is it, mistress?" And she looks back at him and she goes, 2 mortals have been pulled into what I feel is the astral realm.
Here, can I give it a try, Dennis?
You can.
What was the line?
What is it, mistress?
What is it, mistress?
There you go. I love it. So, 2 mortals have been pulled into the astral realm. Not astral projection, more than likely against their will. Have there been words or anything about it that you have heard already? And he just kind of sits back on his haunches, sets the staff across his legs, and he's just sitting there staring at her. But you do notice that his eyes that were dark go white, and he's just dead silent. And he sits there for a good solid 5 minutes. And then his eyes go back to black. And this has been a couple hours now past when you arrived. It's taken this long for her to get everything going and for okay. Yeah, you know homeboy is let me see here. Just gotta make a double check here. Oh yeah, man, you know. Oh yeah, I mean, you know he's a fiend. He's standing right in front of you.
Okay, just
And
making
he-
sure.
And he emanates evil.
Yeah.
Not pure evil, but he emanates evil. And he comes back and he says, there's been it's the best way to say this, a split. And she's, what do you mean a split? Well, they were in the astral realm. But as they arrived in the astral realm, there were 2 that were there that had been there for a long time that replaced them here in this material plane. They are no longer in the astral realm. They are now in pandemonium. They have a way out if they do things right. But you need to get to that where they are at. And he points and he stands up really tall and he points his shepherd staff at Kyruss, where his friends are right now. If they don't survive pandemonium, I am concerned. Well, not really concerned, but what the 2 that replace them with, if unleashed truly upon this world, would make a force even we in my realm could not deal with. And he sits back on his haunches. And she turns and she looks at you. That tiefling and that ranger? Did they exude? Were they unique? What? She's just at a loss of words. She's like, did you sense anything? you didn't sense evil from them when you met them. One of them wasn't evil, but he didn't have necessarily ill intentions, but you could tell that he was tied to an otherworldly being, and you sensed that otherworldly around him as you were leaving.
He had hit. One of them had a patron, as I also have.
And she's like, "Yes, your guy isn't knowledgeable enough," and she nods at you, "to help you in this situation. That's why," and she points to him, "I brought him here."
I nod a little bit to him. It is my pleasure to meet you.
And he just exactly just like that. And she
Dennis,
looks at him.
secretly, I'm just calculating how much experience he's worth so I can stab his ass and go level up.
I mean, if you want to try the attack, you can.
Maybe if I was 5th level.
I'd go 2 up from that, probably.
Yeah, the build's not super just pimped out yet. It's getting there.
She looks at him and she's like, "Thank you. Until tomorrow." And she waves him. She just does her hand and kind of waves him off. And he stands up and he just nods his head and he just slowly dissipates.
Until next time.
So I again very patiently, quietly wait until this whole scene is over. And the immediate words are, what does until tomorrow mean?
Oh, we communicate on a daily basis. I can call him up once a day.
That is some trick.
He keeps me grounded. That's the word I'll use. Keeps me grounded here. And she walks over and she's like, "I'll be right back." And she walks into this room here and she comes right back out and she's donning a full cloak. It's purple. It's a purple cloak, very light lavender, hood over. And she's like,
She's
"We must,"
officially the hottest acolyte of Prince ever.
and she's like, "We must ride." And she actually comes out of the door with you.
Dennis, I have to throw in, does that mean on horseback?
Yes, it does for now.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I put my, hands down in a cup to help boost her feet up onto the horse, and then I mount as well.
Okay.
She has to ride in front, though, Dennis.
Just so you can keep your strong
Mm.
arms around her.
I mean, I don't want her getting shot in the back.
Yeah.
So
Arm among
once
other
we're
things.
mounted, then we'll ride back towards the campsite.
Okay. It's a fast ride, but it is a long ride. I mean, you're southern end of the city, northeastern end of the city. So southwestern to northeastern, it's a very long ride. You get there as you guys arrive on your horse, and you all hear the galloping of the horse. And you look up and you see Lady Yanilla riding with Lord Kyruss's arms around her on the horse. And Lord Kyruss, you see your 2 friends that had disappeared around the fire as everybody's starting to pack up.
We'll bring Lady Yanilla here and dismount. And in wonderment, Neni and Simbir, again, and I turn to look at Lady Yanilla, I was told this was a miracle.
It is. I would be interested into hearing what happened.
Okay, guys,
Yeah, boys, spill it.
I
We
just got
ran
done telling
really
the story.
And then
Yeah.
Dennis, I pull out my bedroll and lay it down on the grass so that she has something to sit on.
She stands for now.
Tell him, Neni. Tell him.
Well, then Dennis, I'll give it a pat, and then I'll motion an Neni.
All right, guys. Yeah, Lady Yanilla, you might want to sit for this. This is gonna be a good story. This is a good one. And then he just clears his throat and waits for her to sit.
She looks at you. She looks at Kyruss. She rolls her eyes, and she sits like a lady right onto the bedroll, and she nods at you, Neni.
All right. So we fought these cool animals here that were like lobster. By the way, hey, Lady Yanilla, are you hungry? I think there's some extra food over here. Would you like something to eat?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Well, anyways, we fought these and we defeated them. And by we, I mean Lord Kyruss was, you can't even tell he was in the battle. Look how clean this guy is. But he killed them. He killed both of them. Both of these ancient beasts. They were kicking our butt. Lord Kyruss killed them. Well,
That's true.
my job, after Lord Kyruss did such a good job of killing them, was to go down with Simbir to get the treasure. Okay, so we go down, and then Neni starts to tell the story of going down. They get in the water. He's putting everything in the bag, and all of a sudden, they wake up and they're in a different place that is extremely colorful and so many fun things happening there. And I'm going to pause in case she had something to say there.
So you went there, and she points to the lake,
Yeah, right over there.
and then you entered the other place.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
ancient ruins down there. Looks like.
Okay.
hmm
Did you trigger a trap? Did you?
It's possible because we were in the treasure
No idea.
room, and I was gathering all the stuff, and I saw amongst the treasure there's a bag just like that one that Theron has on his hip. And I remember Theron's bag was pretty special, so I was like, hey, I can just put all the stuff in the bag, and we can go up and we'll see our friends. So I'm stuffing everything in the bag, and boom, we disappear. And we're in this place, and it's really colorful. And so then I look over to Simbir, and I say, Simbir, here's this rope. I'm going to throw it to you. And I try to throw it to him, and he catches it on the first time because Simbir is that awesome. It didn't take 5 times, I promise. He caught it the first
Definitely
time.
not
And
5.
and then he was going to shoot this arrow, and we started to move. Oh, sorry. Did you have something to say, Yanilla?
No, I'm.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then he continues to say that we fell very, very fast, and we kept gaining speed, didn't know how to stop. But all of a sudden, there was this green dragon, and Simbir and Neni communicated to each other, hey, we're going to kill this dragon as we fall. And Simbir shot it with an epic shot of his arrow, and Neni, because he was falling so fast, punched right through its head and continued to fall until all of a sudden we didn't.
True
And yeah, it's
Could you roll a deception check? Roll for me.
yes. Oh, great. Wait, let me make sure I'm clicked on my guy. Boom. Deception. I'm gonna do it private.
Yep. Okay. So
And-
she looks at you and she's like, a green dragon? How big was that green dragon?
Listen,
She
This
thoroughly
green-
sounds impressed.
this green dragon was massive. Its head was bigger than both me and Simbir if we were to lay from head to feet and head to feet. Bigger than that, like massive. But you got to understand, we were falling really, really fast, and so I think that kind of helped. normally. I don't know if we would have been able to do it. But I hear there's this green dragon in town, and Lord Kyruss told me that I'm not ready yet. He said he could take the green dragon by himself, but I'm excited to fight a green dragon. So Lord Kyruss told me to wait. And then,
Well,
then
it sounds like you're ready to fight a green dragon if you defeated a very large one.
Yeah, but
where you were at.
I was falling really fast. But Lord Kyruss,
Momentum,
you heard that. We're ready to go
physics.
and fight a green dragon.
And she kind of goes, "Did you, besides the dragon, did you run into any other creatures in that colorful plane you were at?"
Yeah, we ran into these. Yeah, you know what? This is a really cool story. Godorak's family helped my friend here. We finally stopped when we used our mind powers. I think, I don't know, it didn't really make sense, but we stopped moving. And Simbir here had Godorak's family show up to him, and then all of a sudden we were on these psychedelic pathways with portals, and it was cool. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty awesome. Is that what you mean?
So, and she looks at Simbir. "Sir, what did you see? Was it really his family?"
Apparently, based on the descriptions. I don't know.
And she turns to you, Godorak, and she goes, "Why is your family in the astral plane?"
Family was slaughtered years ago. My wife and son.
She has enough couth that she actually, her eyes go wide. She puts her hand up to her mouth and says, "Oh dear, I'm so sorry to even bring that up.
Thank you.
Forgive me. I'm gonna have to talk to the shepherd tomorrow." And that's what she mutters. You guys hear her mutter that. It was loud enough that everybody heard it. Then she goes, "How did you end up here if you were there? To get back here ever again is about a 10 to 20% chance."
So again, I'm gonna go with, I don't know how it all worked, but we found our way to the portals, kind of stumbled our way to these portals, and then he continues to tell the story. They were at one, didn't feel very good about it, didn't know what to do. Finally, Simbir and him, through stabbing a dagger through, get pulled into this place. It's dark. We get into the cave. We go through a portal, and we end up in front of this lady. And as he's saying that, we end up in front of this lady and start to fight. He's like, and then from there, she did something, and it sounded horrible. And I don't know exactly what happened next, other than the next thing I noticed, and Simbir might have to help with this part of the story, is he was up and he started running towards the portal. So I did the same thing, and here we are.
She just kind of looks at you, Simbir, with the kind of the elven way of eyebrow raised, with the question of, what the hell happened, basically, right?
So from our perspective, those other two people were here, and then all of a sudden those other two people were the two that you see back from this so-called astral plane of yours.
It's so you guys, she goes, "I'm going to give you a quick lesson. Just understand there are varying planes of existence. And within those planes, life can survive or not. The demons, the angels, the celestials, the fiends, all come from these different planes. The material plane which is the plane we're on, has multiple material planes. So if they enter a gate or a pool, because in the astral plane there's gates and pools of varying colors, there's a random chance if they do enter the right gate that takes them to the material plane, there's different alternate realities that they could have gone to, but they came back here. And she turns to you, Kyruss, and she's like, the shepherd said there was a split? Is that what he said?
He called it a split and indicated that the two men that we had originally met, the tiefling and the hunter, that you traded places with them, was my understanding. That they had been either on this astral plane or in a prison somewhere where they had traded spots, like traded your place here on our planet.
Okay. You two are very interesting now. And she looks at Neni and Sabir.
Why, thank you.
Let's return back to the city. You can go back to your inn, but in the next few days, recover, overcome what you've just went through. But I would love to sit and have a discussion with the both of you soon.
Okay. Deal.
And she looks at you, Lord Kyruss, and she says, I need to get back. Would you be a gentleman and at least get me back to your inn? I can make it back to my place from the Riverwalk Inn.
You could ask me to jump the lake, and I would figure out some way to make it happen. So yes. And Dennis, I stand up and offer my hand to her so that I can lift her up off the bedroll.
She accepts it.
Roll up the bedroll and then lash it back together, put it on my horse, and Neni, Sembir, this is awesome. I don't know what happened. We're gonna get so pissed drunk. I mean, we're gonna have so much to catch up on. Let me take her back, and then, man, I want to hear all about it. I'm excited.
Well, I just told you all about it, Lord Kyruss.
There's a few more things we could add, right? We can spice up the story, Neni. We can spice it up.
All right. We'll get you drink a little bit.
Maybe it was 2 green dragons who you punched through both of their heads.
Now we're talking. Right. I like it.
And we've got a game plan how to take down this much smaller, much less threatening other green dragon.
Yeah, you guys just got to take me all the way up in the air and drop me really fast.
Let's make it happen. Theron, you need to figure out how to turn into a gigantic bird and drop Neni right on the dragon so he can punch through its head.
Blast him in a cone of air, and then he can.
Right. Oh, we can do that. Okay, we're gonna have to come up with that idea.
We'll come up with something.
Up with some tactics.
In practice, we got to practice that too, because that is dangerous.
Yeah, you can't be just throwing that around.
Just your hang gliding. I sense.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
So you guys all hop on your horses. You don't have to ride at the brisk pace. Lord Kyruss and Lady Yanilla in the lead.
Lady Yanilla and Kyruss, before can we meet you at the tavern? We got to do something for Theron real quick, unless we already did the hunt.
Want to say we did it already?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, we already did it. Never mind then.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yep. While you were waiting for them to come back, you were doing it right there. You have there's a husk of a deer next to the campfire. It's been field dressed, basically. Meat was cooking, things like that. you guys have packed it up. So, but they are
Gummy Bambi.
away from you guys a little bit, doing their own thing, you know, ahead of you guys. Lady Yanilla is not saying much. Kyruss, you know, you can sense she's deep, like way deep in thought as you guys are writing.
I just let her have her piece.
Yeah. As you guys get to the Riverwalk Inn and you help her off the horse, you all kind of see your horses to the stable hands. She kind of leans over and just whispers in your ear, Lord Kyruss, and says, "Thank you. You've brought some entertainment to my life." And she kisses you on the cheek.
Oh.
It.
Do I see this?
Oh,
There is a
everybody sees
spot on my face that can never be washed.
And she actually starts to walk down the pathway. But as she walks, she just kind of fades out.
Hey, Dennis.
Yep.
As she's leaving, I speak out softly. Lady Yanilla, I hate to see you leave, but I do love to watch you walk away.
As she is walking and she hears that, she just kind of turns her head at you and gives you a little sly grin and a nod. And she just might have emphasized it a little bit more for you as she slowly disappears.
Girl been doing squats, bro.
You guys are outside the inn. Well, what do?
Let's get pissed drunk.
Yeah.
So
We
Yeah,
I have this-
Pissed drunk, pissed drunk, pissed drunk.
Neni, you come drink with us first, then you can shower, and then you can sleep. But
Dennis,
need a
I'll have
shower.
none
Drink.
of it. I will
Hey.
sweep Neni up into the bar.
yeah, but I mean, taking a bath
Get
feels nice.
pissed drunk.
Right?
So
I
Neni,
have the skin of the deer I'm going to give to the bartender, and then I have the 220 gold to give to his waitress for her family.
So as you
Nice.
guys
Those
boy.
walk into the bar, they all greet you. It's
Like
cheers,
conquering
right?
heroes.
They're like, "Norm!" as you guys all walk in, right? It's how it is. And I wonder how many of our viewers will actually get the reference, right?
You have to be old as shit.
Yes.
Sam and Diane, will they, won't they?
Yeah.
Be
So
forever relationship.
I'm gonna let you guys pick your table.
Well, we got to go to our normal table.
Yeah, isn't the
Normal
burnt
table.
one still here?
We go to the burnt one.
All right.
We go to the burnt one.
Okay.
Ooh, that'd be a great
I'm
name
gonna
for an
wa-
inn, the burnt table.
Ooh,
True.
We should suggest a rebrand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can
Or
We
is
already
it-
told them
rebrand to Bill?
Wait, is that
There
the,
we go.
is this the table or is this the table?
No, it's that.
That's
He's
the
on the
table
right one.
I did pull your characters from.
Okay.
I did delete them actually, so I re-added them.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to walk
actually-
over to the bartender,
Okay.
and I'm going to take the pelt, and I'm going to throw it up there as a gift. And then I have half of the meat that we didn't sacrifice. I throw the meat up there for him. I also ask him if his the lady's around, the lady who lost her family.
He's looking up. He looks up at you and he nods and he's like, "Thank you." No, she's been off for a few days.
I reach down and I give him a pouch of gold, and I say, "This is for her family and for their loss."
Thank you. I will make sure she receives it. She should be back tomorrow, and if she isn't, I will ensure it gets delivered to her.
Then I take 10 gold out of my pocket and I throw it on the counter, and I said, "Give us as many pictures as 10 gold can give." And I go sit down.
Okay. And so there are patrons in the inn. It definitely. I'm actually making them arrive right now. So it's almost back to what it was. Its liveliness in the evening of when you guys first got here. Brother Razband actually makes an appearance. he is excited. He wants to hear the story. He's like, I heard it's all over town that something happened out by the lake, and I'm assuming you guys had something to do with it.
Oh yeah.
One or two things.
Well, what happened? And
Hey, Den.
I'm assuming you guys are going to go into the
Yeah.
story and everything. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Real quick, as Brother Razbang walks in, I rise from the table and give him a big burly hug and motion him to sit down. And then I go out to the front doors and yell, "Free beer!"
Ooh.
Start loading those tokens, Dennis.
Yeah.
He did that just so you had to do the work.
I got no problem doing the work. We're gonna bring Lord Kyruss back.
Piss drunk. You guys aren't dead. Are you serious?
Yep.
Piss drunk.
I will say that was probably two of the funnest sessions I've ever done.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Godorak's gonna start playing a tune. This time,
Okay.
upbeat, lively, happy, raucousy.
Atta boy.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
After
boy.
after Neni has told the
Cool.
story
No.
about 4 or 5 times, he goes over to Lord Kyruss and he's like,
I
"Kyruss,
want Constitution checks from Neni, definitely. I'll need. Actually, you know what?
I have advantage against being poisoned."
I know you do,
Okay.
but I want 2 Constitution checks from Neni and 1 from everybody else.
2 meaning I roll 4 times.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Do you want these whispered or do you want these?
They can be up front.
Okay. Public roll.
How come?
Here we go. Constitution. This will be fun.
That's my first one.
Yep.
Wow. Get these out of the way. Okay.
Well, Simbir, you only need to roll 1.
I thought we needed to roll 2 because you. Oh,
No,
wait, no,
And
you're
here's
right.
for my
So the
second
8,
one.
The 8 is what I got then.
Yeah.
Just an absolutely
Neni and I are piss drunking you
Drunk.
guys into the ground.
No. Listen, I rolled 4 times because with advantage. So my first one was 22, and then the 7 would have been my other one for that one. The 7 and then the 18. So 22 and 18 are my advantage.
Neni's not feeling squat.
Yes.
Darren is drunker than drunk.
I am.
Like.
Oh wow.
No, you're not. You're drunk. Darren's passed out. Like
You
Oh, Darren's passed
elves
out.
are weak.
Darren's getting
Darren-
chiefed.
it's got to be the alcohol
Guys,
mixed with the
listen.
acid drop he did. That is
Probably.
making it out cold.
I just want everybody to know I love you guys.
All
I
right.
love you guys a lot.
I'm passed out.
And I love you tons.
Yeah.
Neni goes to
I
go to
really
rack.
feel Theron's everything right
And
now.
Godorak's tune is actually played
All of
It's
really
decently. It's decently.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
well.
great. Yeah.
It's not great, but it's decent.
I go and tell Theron, I'm like, Theron, I need you to play a song for me.
You mean
And-
Godorak?
Sorry, go to rack. I need you to play this song for me. And I kind of tell him what I want. Like, and
Okay.
we practice it a few times.
Uh-huh.
And Theron's gonna play while Neni breaks into a song. And he looks at Lord Kyruss and he said, "Lord Kyruss, we haven't heard your story yet, but I got a song. I think this is how it went.
All right.
Kyruss did finish before Yanilla did. Kyruss did finish before Yanilla did. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong?" Come on, tell us really, Kyruss. Who was
face
first?
hurts.
You or her?
I'm not even drunk enough to lie. But I did get a kiss.
What?
Kiss that I'll never forget.
You only got a kiss. Lord Kyruss. Maybe one of
From the
these
most
days.
beautiful woman in the entire city. And a woman, I might add, of extraordinary abilities. A kiss from a woman such as that is a lifetime of whores and prostitutes and dallyings with maids that frankly
Wrongly
don't measure up.
disagree. Strongly disagree.
Kyruss.
Also, just for the record, my wife is giving me evil eye, and anything I say is going to be held against me.
In a court of law.
In your ass.
Damn, girl, I just got Q-tips.
You did get Q-tips.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is how she rolls, bro.
I
Look at
love
it. It's not my dime bag. She was like, oh, so you making googly eyes at some other fake drow chick that doesn't exist in the real world, and you have no chance of hooking up with in real life either. Take the Q-tip bag. Pack your luggage.
You out
Yeah.
of here. Pack them bags. So
Neni throws his arm around Lord Kyruss and he's like, Lord Kyruss, listen, I already got a date set up for you with Alice. Alice is going to be, listen, it's fantastic, but, she might be out of your league. Alice, on the other hand, Alice is beautiful, and you're
Let's
going to
do
have
it.
fun. Yeah, you're
Let's
going to
do
have
it.
fun.
Pissed drunk. Dennis, we are drinking all night long.
and then from the doorway, you all hear, oh my, the heroes.
Oh, is it the
It's
that
He
Gleb.
runs up to you
Gleb.
guys.
Oh,
I
it's
hear
this
you took my
idiot.
creature out.
Yeah, I think you
You.
owe us something.
Oh, that
You,
dude.
Gleb. I am drunk, and I'm
Gleb.
smarter than you right now.
Gleb,
I hate you.
Gleb, listen, you ruined our armor. I have this new quarterstaff. It's not the same as my old one. I can't hit anything with it. And it's all because you thought you would be so smart and create something to help the farmers, which, by the way, thank you, because farmers need help. But you owe us. You owe us big time. boy.
Theron's
Neni,
passed
you're
out.
really
Look at
bad at
Theron.
insults. You're terrible at insults, Neni. You're too nice. Gleb. If I could see which one of you three was the real one, I would shoot you in the face.
He backs away and his hands are up and he's like, whoa, gentlemen, I heard you guys got a lot of gold from him.
Don't change the subject, Gleb.
No. I understand. I did wrong. I've already had to deal with Lord Daguerria about this. I'm coming to apologize.
Dennis, I literally hand him a tankard of beer, like bump it into his chest so he knows it's time to drink, and say, quit apologizing and start drinking.
And he grabs it, and
feasting tonight.
you see the fear leave his eyes because he realizes you wouldn't get him pissed drunk if you didn't like him. And he just drinks it.
That's
He
true.
downs it.
Smack tankards. Pissed drunk.
After the next round with Symbier, I'm gonna go whisper in Symbier's ear that I dare him to try and shoot the gnome.
Well,
I will allow it to happen, and I'm actually going to give you persuasion
Yes.
at an advantage because he is drunk.
I am super drunk,
Oh,
apparently.
great. All right. Whispered or
No, because you gotta. If it's
You
good, I
gotta
want.
you gotta convince this drunk.
You gotta
bad
convince
word.
that drunk guy. So it's gonna be out in the open.
Oh, I am very suggestible right now.
that was the first, and that was the second. Good thing I had. Well, I guess the first one came first.
Yeah,
anyway.
the first one was your good roll. I don't know why you're even worried about it.
I
You
want.
got me.
I want Symbier to make a. Let's go with wisdom on this one.
Oh yeah, that's.
At disadvantage.
Well, let's see here. Which one of these is going to be a critical fail?
Watch, they're both crits.
No.
After all the times he failed.
No, they're basically the same roll.
So, play it out because
All right.
Symbier did fail and will be if he chooses to be persuaded, he can be persuaded to shoot.
Hey,
Ooh.
Symbier. Here's the deal.
What?
I think
Neni? Am I in the wolf pack yet?
we'll have to talk to Theron about that. But here's what I think you do.
No. You said maybe.
I did.
So
So maybe. I'll give you a maybe. Yeah.
Great.
So here's
Is
the
there
thing.
an initiation?
Yes, there is. There is an initiation. You know what you're gonna
Or-
have to do?
Cool. No.
Right now, the initiation is I'm gonna go stealthily put an apple on top of the head of Gleb, and you're gonna shoot it with an arrow.
Which Gleb?
And
There's
you guys,
3 of
you
them.
guys hear from the table. You hear. That's
See,
what
that's
you hear
just
from
dedication. That's just dedication right there.
And I give a howl back. Ow! See?
He's
Darren
dead
agrees
asleep.
with me. Darren agrees with me. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go back behind him. I'm gonna sneakily put it on his head, and then I'm gonna step back and you shoot. You ready? You ready?
I can. But there's 3 of him.
Just hit one of the apples. Pick one. I don't care which one. All right. And I'm gonna go put it on, and I'm gonna stand. Like I'll just step to the side of him. You go. All right.
First, I want you to make a stealth roll.
Okay.
What if he fails to put the apple on? Do I just shoot him in the head?
Okay, you see him get up from the table, act like he's walking to the bar, and he swipes an apple up off one of the tables, and he walks over, and then I want you to make another stealth check.
Stealth. Okay.
Sleight of hand or stealth?
Oh, sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. Sorry. Thank you for the reminder, Godorak.
Oh
And you
boy!
put the apple on his head without him noticing.
And here's the thing.
Because we're drinking.
Super drunk.
So
Yep.
Oh,
Am I going to be able
poisoned-
to pull this bow?
a poisoned creature has disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks.
Exactly.
So, also he's sitting next to me.
I see what's going on. I'm gonna kind of get the priest kind of just like, hey, you awake? Might need you in a second.
The priest is like, he hasn't drank anything. He's just fascinated by the stories that's flying around the table. He's actually shocked at the howling that's coming from Theron and the fact that he's the first one out and Neni isn't. And he's just kind of
Things can hold their liquor.
along for the ride, right? He's just sitting here just beaming from ear to ear. He's that little eager puppy that's happy to be a part of the pack, right? That's what you have.
Oh, wait. Neni, if he misses, can you use your reaction and catch the arrow?
That's why I'm standing next to him. That's
oh
the
my
idea.
goodness.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I ruined it.
No.
It's okay.
So, first of all, there's 3 of them for your eyes,
Yep.
right?
So
So I
gotta
want
pick
you to roll. I want you to roll a d6, just a
Okay.
d6.
just a d6. Okay.
Yep.
I'll just do it here. D6.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. So you aim to the one to the right. He's the one on the
one-
far right. You
The
aim at
one
him.
on the far right.
So
Got
you
it.
see Simbir step back,
Hey, Scott,
draw
Yep.
his bow.
you have a cantrip, by the way, that is not prestidigitation. Just saying.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
All right. So disadvantage on the. I'm like 10 feet away from, or 5 feet away from this guy. This feels very dangerous.
And you guys see, well, Kyruss, if you want, you actually, since you're sitting there, you see Simbir step back.
Oh,
You see
Take
Neni
out that
kind of
longbow.
over. There's
Never
an
mind.
apple on top of the gnome's head, and he doesn't notice anything. He's just drinking and looking around, and he's just enraptured as well. And you see Simbir step back, draw his bow, and he
I'm
fires.
just nodding and smiling and drinking, bro. This is great.
I need
It's piss drunk.
2. You're at a disadvantage on this one.
2 longbow shots, right?
Yep.
All right. Here's the first one. Public.
Ooh,
Okay.
All right.
And the second one. All right.
That was
So
pretty
apparently,
So,
We just
do I-
need to
do I
get
hit the apple?
Simbir drunk.
Neni, where you're standing, you've got
Apparently,
2
drinking
arrows.
is the cure.
You have 2 arrows. You got an arrow coming right at you right now, Neni. It's not going to Gleb. It's coming at you where you're standing right.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Oh, Sorry, Neni.
Roll the
To be
damage.
fair, I am drunk.
Symbir has to roll damage.
Oh,
Yep.
I got to roll damage? Right.
Yep.
On the 16, right? Yep, there you go. It's not a sneak. Well, it's not a. Is it a sneak attack?
No,
Nope.
you don't
It's
have
a
to
No,
apply
it's
it. You do not have to apply it.
Okay.
Neni
I didn't think
catches Neni catches the arrow.
You have a
It
key point.
just snaps it.
Oh, you do 10. So you see Neni just as you guys pull it, arrow comes flying to Neni really quick, and you just see Neni's hand come up and just catch it.
And because I did catch it, so if I reduce the damage to 0 and have a free hand, I can spend a key point to make a ranged attack
Yep.
with something within 20 feet. So I'm going to catch it and throw it through the apple.
I think you deflected into the apple.
So it says
Deflect
if
missile
you just-
attack. If you reduce damage to
free
0 and
hand.
have a free hand, you spend a key point, make a ranged attack as with a monk weapon.
Yeah, so it can either be deflected or grabbed. It's kind of
Deflect it. That'll be cooler.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make it look like he hits the apple. I deflect it, and so it hits the apple.
you guys. The arrow's going right for Neni, and Neni sidesteps and pushes the arrow. It's like the coolest move ever.
Hmm.
And he just kind of sidesteps and pushes, and the arrow goes right through the apple.
Well, doesn't
And then
Neni
I go
have
like
to make an
this.
attack?
And then I go like this. First
Yeah,
try.
Neni has to make an attack actually.
Okay, all right.
Don't hit a crit. No crit.
What would I?
No, we
Should I
don't.
just-
We want him to hit. We don't want
Flurry
him.
of blows.
Yeah.
No,
Would I
we don't
do
want him to
just
hit
my-
a natural
No,
one.
he's rolling to hit the apple.
But the unarmed attack, would I just do that?
Oh.
Ranged
Oh.
attack.
You
It's
have
a
a ranged
range-
attack?
Yep. It says
That's the
make
same.
a ranged attack as with a monk weapon.
Okay.
So it
It's-
goes off
like
your dex, not off
dagger?
your.
Yes.
There you go.
Nice.
There's a 20.
Yeah. Casual.
So
Was
it goes,
dirty,
it
but
goes
still.
right into the apple. And the apple, as it goes, the apple splits and it rolls off of the gnome's head, and one half of the apple drops into his beer. The other one falls off to the side, and he kind of looks, and he looks up, and he looks down, shrugs his shoulder, and continues to drink.
Yes. Yes, he
It's a good-
does.
It's a good gnome. It's
Love
a good
it.
gnome. Very good gnome.
All right, and so then he goes over to Symbir.
Hey, Symbir, that was a pretty good shot. I don't know if you saw that. You hit the apple.
Yeah, I did. First try. First try. Hear that, ladies? First try. Are there ladies, Neni? Are there
Oh,
ladies?
there's people there, and they thought that was probably the most impressive. You guys hear this cheering happening now as people realize what just took place.
Yeah.
As everybody cheers, Theron starts howling, and I use my last wild shape point for the night, and I turn into a wolf, and I fall back to sleep. And
Yeah,
I'm a wolf that's drooling.
All right. Hey,
Kyruss, I know I'm drunk, but is Theron a dog? What is?
he's a wolf. Kyruss, you're on mute. He's on
Pretty
mute.
sure.
He doesn't even know it.
You're on
Matt-
mute.
Pretty sure.
Hello, mute. I love you.
Pretty sure that Theron
Yeah,
is a
Symbir.
dog.
His druidic powers allow him to transform into a lovable, cuddly puppy that you just want to take home and snuggle. You should take him home and snuggle with him.
I should.
And I'm laying on the floor. I'm just, you know how dogs curl their bodies? Just like that. But
And I'm gonna
snoring.
walk over. I'm gonna walk over and just lay next to him and just.
No. You got to walk around him 2 or 3 times, like you're trying to figure out where you're going to cuddle him.
You're right.
Right.
You're right.
Hey, Symbir, before you pass out, we'll have to
Mhm.
talk about it with Theron tomorrow. But I think you passed the initiation.
I'm gonna
Okay.
mess with Theron a little bit
Oh.
when Symbir sits down next to the puppy.
Yep.
Can I flick him in the junk?
Who, the puppy or
Yeah.
or some beer?
The dog.
Oh, man.
Right on them wolf
I mean, you know, they're
pesties.
there, right? Godorex
Yeah,
feeling
they're
pretty
there.
good. He's just, let's see. All
They're
right.
there. He's dead asleep. I'll let Theron decide how he reacts to it.
There you go.
Allow it. But I'm laying on it, bro. You're gonna disturb my resting place.
Just like really casually, just, doink, and just like,
I'm gonna
Stuff.
roll Constitution again to see if that even does it. If it
All right.
affects me.
If it wakes you up.
Yep. Just messing with the friends.
Oh, it's coming through.
I think my picture on Roll20 has been more appropriate.
I mean, you're fine. You should be fine.
Yeah,
Oh.
you feel it, and it's up to you if you want to wake up and respond.
So my back leg's going like thumper.
Yep. So
And
so
then
he flicks
is
him out.
Simbeard on top of me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like
Okay, so I
laying.
move,
Oh, yeah.
and now I put my head on his neck, and I'm holding him down. And since I'm a wolf, I'm heavy, so I'm holding him down, and I'm asleep. And Simbeard can feel my drool on his face and on his neck.
All I'm saying is, not now, baby. Later.
Oh, good times.
Yep.
All right, Godorek's going to go pass out.
All right. You guys party through the night.
Yeah, we do.
I want 2 more rolls from Neni.
Okay.
Godorak, I need a roll from you, and Kyruss, I need a roll from you.
Constitution?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm
You'll
fine.
be all right, Neni.
That's the first one.
You got the 18 up there, Neni.
I know, but I roll with advantage against being poisoned.
Holy
No, but
moly.
I was saying that didn't you have an 18 up there?
Yeah, but I still roll with advantage because I still do both of them just in case it's.
Yeah, but you rolled an 18 and a 7, and then why would you roll?
That's what I was saying. Is you rolled an 18. You didn't need to roll.
Well, because you
wasted a
said you
crit,
needed.
bro.
No, you said you needed 2 rolls from me.
Oh yes,
and
I
last
did.
time.
That's right.
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yep.
Never mind.
So Kyruss
You're
ends
right.
up
Caleb was
drunk.
also drunk.
Kyruss ends up drunk.
I'm
but
also
not passed out.
really drunk, apparently.
So
I don't know words and letters and numbers.
Godorak and Neni can carry the wolf body into
Yeah.
the room.
I
Are we
carry
there
the
for
wolf.
like another hour or 2 hours? How much longer? would you
Probably
say?
another hour.
Okay, so I'm still a wolf then.
Yeah.
I'll carry the wolf. I carry the wolf by myself,
All right.
and
You
it's
got them
awesome.
gloves.
It's awesome because you see this little halfling, and he just has the wolf over his shoulder.
Oh yeah,
And he's just
Like-
walking through the bar.
like Arnold
you hunted
Schwarzenegger in
it.
Commando.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And then I come back and I help Godorak with whoever's still left.
Neni's with Theron.
Oh, sorry, I was putting me there.
Yep. And then Simbeer's with Godorak.
Yes, sir.
Did we have to help Kyruss out too?
He stumbled.
Okay.
He's alright. He'll be
I
alright.
walked him. I made sure he's in there.
Yep.
And after I put him in bed, as I was leaving, I'm assuming because he's got this suite, he's got some paper and ink.
Yep. And you notice 2 letters on his desk that are sealed and right there.
Who would Neni know any way of opening those without breaking the seal, or trying to gather some information without breaking the seal?
You can make a deception check if you wanted to attempt to do it. If
Hey
you
Dennis, am I
wanted to-
coherent? Am I coherent enough to see that he's even interested in like any of it?
He
All
took
right.
you into your room, so
I took you into your room, shut the door, and I'm in the other room.
I'm not feeling good, but listen, you do whatever you want. I don't care. Just don't touch this right here. Yes. Yeah, no. I'm asleep. All right, and you can sleep if you want to hang out. I'll make yourself at home. Whatever. It's just shit from my mom. My mom sucks. She sucks so bad.
Hey, Kyruss, I'm just gonna read these, okay? We'll talk about it in the morning. You go to
You
bed.
tell me what's in it. Whatever. Love you,
All right.
dude. Love you, little guy. Love you.
Yeah, you go to bed. I tuck him in. And does he hasn't taken any damage, right? Like he's still fine.
I'm fine.
Oh, Dennis is frozen. Our DM is
We're all
frozen.
right.
Uh-oh.
His power just went out. We'll just keep this going for a little bit. He'll be
Hold on.
back.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just role play without Dennis.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
level 6.
Dude.
Level 6. No.
Okay, so
Level
so-
6.
guys,
So-
Dennis has been incapacitated.
Yeah.
I appoint Scott as the temporary DM to assign us to level 8 or something.
Yeah.
All in favor?
All in
Aye.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Well, aye. Okay, Scott,
Well,
I think
take
Dennis-
it from here.
That's Dennis Bourbon Face.
That is
That's
kind
his
of
perfect face.
true.
All right. Well, to keep the story going, because this is where I was going with this. Once I tuck Kyruss in, Neni goes into the other room, and I'll get to the letters later because I'll have to figure out what's in those. But he does find some paper and some ink, and Neni sits down and he thinks long and hard about what to put on this paper and who to address it to. But Neni starts to write probably about 5 or 6 different times a message to Kyruss, stating that he's going to have to step away and he will be back and try and catch up to them at some time. And he does in this letter also remind Lord Kyruss that he has a date with Alice in this he has to meet her in this bar in the morning. It was a week after we bought our stuff, so I can't remember how many days it's been, but he puts it in there, and he writes that and goes and checks and makes sure everyone's still good, but he leaves that letter next to the letters with the seals cracked for Lord Kyruss. And then Neni packs up his stuff. He's not sleeping tonight, and he's gonna go away in the night.
Huh?
Theron, we can't hear you.
Theron, you're on mute.
Before you walk out of the room, I transform back into myself, and you hear me just grabbing my crotch, going, "Oh, oh." But I'm laying there in elf form now.
Nice.
Neni will go over because I don't know if it hurt you at all, but he's going to use his ability to give you some hit points back. His hand of healing.
He's gonna massage them nuts.
Where are you giving the
My
hand of
face
healing,
hurts.
Neni?
My face hurts. My face hurts. It's okay. It's okay.
He's gonna Mr. Miyagi that shit is.
Listen, where do you think that hand of healing's going?
Dun-dun!
This is part of the wolf pack. He just goes up and hand of healing.
And then
And-
you hear Theron, he's sleeping, he's going, "Oh, yeah."
You had to make it awkward, Theron. I know you're out, but you had to make
But
it
he's
awkward.
out. He's passed out. He's passed out.
So, again, I don't know if you needed the hit points,
He's
the
thinking
hand of
about
healing
Lady
on
Abba.
those nuts.
Neni busts out the tiger bomb.
Yeah, Neni's gonna gather his stuff, everything that's his. He's gonna go to the stables and get his pony, and Neni's gonna actually swing by the Lady Abukia's place. I know we don't have the map right now, so we're winging this without the DM.
Yeah.
And he's gonna stop in her grove and spend some time there trying to communicate to Lady Abukia to look out for all of you guys. And then he is going to start to leave the city.
We're all drunk.
Yeah.
We're too
And then
drunk
we-
to stop you.
We wake up and we are level 6.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah. Yeah, Scott, you're still the DM. Take it.
Okay, so as everyone wakes up, there was this magical presence that visited them in the night, and everyone, I think, doubled in level. Doubled in level, right?
Oh
12th level.
yeah.
Yeah.
12th level.
We all go to level 8. I do remember a certain DM mentioning that there is potential that we would have been leveling up after we had a rest, a long rest.
If that said DM wants to mention what level we do level up to in Twitch chat, that would be. I mean, I'd take that as a sign for them, above, right?
I love level 8. I can fly at level 8.
Level 10, I pretty much am unstoppable and can't die.
Oh, he is listening. He can hear. I love that he can hear us.
He can hear. He's laughing.
Okay.
It's funny. But there's a delay. There's a slight delay. Can I remove levels? No. No. Absolutely
No,
not.
Dennis.
Wait, look. Quick question. Should I be responsible for putting my wife's hairdryer in my luggage?
Yes.
I heard her say
Here to
yes.
put in there.
She can't. She doesn't get to answer that question.
I was
mean,
gonna
why is she
say,
answering
yeah.
the question? Listen.
Yeah,
Here's
thank
the
you,
thing.
Caleb.
Here's
Well,
the
that
thing.
answer was just to the general public that's listening to you, right? So she's one of those people who voted yes.
Yeah, that's true. Well, she should respond
I'm pretty
via
sure
chat.
the question was for us. So
I need
should
Caleb. Yeah,
create
Caleb,
a
go
Twitch
ahead.
account and respond via
here's
chat.
the thing. Here's the thing.
It's true.
Here's the thing. Hair dryer. When I'm going to ask you a question, you planning on using that hair dryer? Probably not, right?
She says yes. I say, baby, there's one in every hotel room that's disgusting and doesn't work. But we could be there using it forever.
See, that's a good point.
Togetherness time. Togetherness time.
Why are you... Never mind, I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
The Chinese finger trap, Caleb. That's what that is.
Scissor
By the way,
sisters.
Dennis agrees with T.
Oh,
They
That's
go to
what he
12th
said.
level.
But
Level 12?
listen,
I feel like 12th level is like a good spot. You know?
Thanks,
like,
T. We appreciate it.
Dennis, we love you. Thank you for the
When is
12th
that?
level.
Is that like that's my industrial strength hair dryer, and I can't live without it?
It's beautiful. I'm going to be honest.
okay.
If there
Well,
was
if
a
it's
Ferrari
beautiful-
of hair dryers,
Yeah.
Dude, do you
This
have
is
Okay, here's
space
the
in your
thing.
bag?
Bring it,
You-
absolutely. I don't know if you should be responsible for it, is all I'm saying.
I would agree again. Thank you.
So my question is there space in your bag?
No.
No?
We're having to take 2 cars because we have too many children and the damn ball bags are so big.
Balls are too
Yeah.
My balls are too damn big. I mean, like,
The
I can
ball
barely
sack
fit my
is
balls
too
in the
big.
trunk.
It's just too many.
So
too
if
many.
if you don't have the
many round
space, then maybe there's
words.
another bag needed. Like you need to take it. It shouldn't be your
Who says that if
responsibility.
I get to bring my balls, she gets to bring her hairdryer?
And that's fair, but
That's
your
fair,
balls
that
are
is
in your
fair.
sack.
you don't
Whereas
have.
Thank you,
her
Caleb.
hairdryer-
Do you have an option to bring your
I'm
balls?
just
Don't they just
saying.
they go with you no matter where you go, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't take the balls, how can the boys play with them?
It's true. It's true.
Right. I mean, and nothing says awkward like, going to a tournament with a bunch of 15 and 14-year-old boys and they have no balls to play
And
with.
no balls. Yeah, it's awful. That's the
I mean,
worst
you're-
ever.
Oh, awesome.
It gets to be a sad sight when boys can't play with balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are called eunuchs, right? Is that what?
Yeah. Yeah. If they don't have any balls.
I hear they sing beautifully.
Yeah. Capistrano.
Voice
Wow.
of an angel.
I apologize for everyone watching the stream. When we don't have a DM,
Pretty-
this is what
yeah,
happens.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty
I don't know
sure
what we have to
we
apologize for.
What,
without a
It looks like
DM, we
Mullins
got
also-
what did happen to our DM?
derailed.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
power went out.
Derail.
His power
Get
went out?
it?
Oh, boy.
They both start with because DM, right?
Derail.
You guys
Yep.
get it.
A big D.
So does our
So,
fan.
Dennis, if your power's out, theoretically, you could still jump in from your phone on Discord.
You could.
He
Wow.
could,
Could.
so we could at least get
True.
some voice going.
It's true.
He says his computer is taking forever.
Yep.
But the
Did he
phone.
lose power?
Yeah, he lost power.
Stupid Rocky Mountain power. This
No,
stream
there
brought
goes
to you
Mountain
by
Power.
Vivint Solar.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah. Don't get caught in an emergency without power.
So
Dennis,
Neni
did
left.
you catch everything that happened?
I know Neni left. That's what I heard, but
Yeah,
Tough,
well,
did you hear what Neni did to Theron?
you guys aren't level 12. In fact, I'm thinking about penalizing you and putting you back down to 4th to make you earn a double level to get you up to 6.
We're still
Oh,
fourth.
oh,
We're only
We are
four.
fourth.
We
We
up to
are
fourth.
fourth. Yeah.
yeah, we haven't touched
Oh.
We
it.
haven't. Yeah.
To
Do we level up to 5?
Maybe.
the moon.
By the way, I don't know, Cabaroosh, on my stream,
Yeah.
what I'm looking at says there was a network error. Please try again.
Yeah.
It's not working.
It's back, but the recording is uninterrupted, and that's what'll make it
Okay.
to the YouTubes.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
have backup plans for OBS misbehaving.
Why is Discord not booting up? That's the question I have.
Is your computer dead, dude?
No, it there we go. It's starting. When power went out, it dropped everything.
Ooh, you got to get a UPS.
You mean you don't have a battery backup? Yeah. No
No,
Well,
battery
it
backup?
wouldn't matter because his modem would die too.
Yeah, the modem
Yeah.
would,
Huh.
and it would have taken me forever to connect back up. But for some
Yeah.
reason, Discord's taking forever.
Here,
Yeah, Discord, especially when your computer reboots, takes a long ass time.
I'm going to give you a summary of what happened
Okay.
while you were gone. So we carried everyone to bed.
Yep.
I helped Lord Kyruss into his bed. He gave me permission to read the letters from his mom as I tucked him in.
They weren't
So I-
letting other though.
But he gave me permission to read them. So I don't know who they're from, but I'm going to read them.
Okay.
And then, so I was waiting for you on that. So Neni sits down, breaks those open, reads them. And then Neni gets paper out and goes through about 5 different versions of what he was going to write. He writes something to Lord Kyruss, letting him know that Neni had some business, some family business he needed to take care of. And so he was going to peace out. So he writes the letter and leaves it there for Lord Kyruss to have, and then he goes to pack up. And when he goes into the room with Theron was now in his elf form and groaned in pain. So Neni used his hand of healing on Theron's balls.
I heard that part. The one kind of his
It's
hand.
really,
Yeah.
really intimate.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Discord is
And
starting.
okay, then Neni went and got his pony.
Okay.
And packed up.
Yeah, where's
And
Neni going?
he headed out.
Is he leaving
So-
the group?
The first thing you read in those letters
Never separate the party.
is an invite from give me 1 second. I got to pull it back up because I had it pulled up. From Jessup to Lord Kyruss and friends.
Okay.
And it said, I hear you have all been heroes and have saved the town. I have a gauntlet that is renowned. I invite you all to come and take winter walks with 200 gold. The town always views it. It is a fun event. Would love to see you guys come. If the heroes are there,
Hello?
If the heroes are there, what? No.
We lost him as he's switching. I think he's switching over to his computer.
there we go.
Okay. There he is.
The betting will be furious.
Ooh.
That was the first note.
Okay.
The second note. Hold on here. I had to pull it up as well. I thought it was already pulled up.
And Jessup's the wizard that has the crazy obstacle course, right?
Correct.
That's who I was trying to. I'm furiously scrolling through things to see if I remembered who Jessup was.
You have to drink a potion of hallucination and then go through the obstacle course.
Oh, that's right.
And he's a wizard.
And not everybody survives it, right?
Correct.
And you get gold if you get through it or something.
Correct. 200 gold for anybody who finishes it. There is another letter, and it is addressed to Lord Kyruss. And it is from a Asher de Bolbeck. And do you speak and read Elvish by chance?
Let me take a look. Languages: Common, Gnomish, and Halfling. So no.
Okay. It is in script you do not know.
Okay. So that one I don't do anything with, but the other one I put with my letter and say, read this.
All right. So I also heard you say you were going to stop by Abukia's place.
Yes. Neni did plan on stopping by Abukia's place to try and commune with Abukia to get her to watch over his friends while he's gone.
Okay. We're going to go from here.
For the stream, they can't see this. Do you want to load?
Oh, I keep forgetting not to put him on there. The stream should see it now.
Oh, there you go.
We're good.
All right. So as you kneel in front of Abukia's shrine, what do you say?
I don't know how to do this because this isn't really my thing. But Theron can't really make it here. So, Abukia, if you can hear me, I want to say thank you for looking over me and my friends so far. And I just recently found out I've got some family business I got to take care of. So, if I wait, I won't be able to leave because these guys won't let me. But I gotta go. Would you please watch over my friends and keep them safe as much as you can with your influence? I know Kyruss isn't believing you much, but I've seen you help us already. So anything you could do would be great.
You hear in your head, my dear Neni, why are you leaving your family to fight family?
Did I say I was gonna fight family? I just have family business. I don't want you getting the wrong idea. Well, I don't know if I can lie to a god. Yeah, I'm leaving my new family so they don't get tied up in my old family's problems. But I gotta go and talk to my father. I'm pretty sure he's responsible for the death of my sister, and I'm not okay with that. So yeah, I gotta go and see him.
I don't dabble in mortals' lives that often. As you recall, I'm just a voice. If you choose to leave without the pack, you face certain death. You are all brought together to help each of you overcome the obstacles that have been in your life, but to become stronger to fight the obstacles that will face this world. Leaving your pack here will most definitely kill you. And there is a chance that they will die trying to find you.
Now, Abukia, do you speak some words of wisdom here? I do know that they will follow me. How do I keep them from doing that?
My guidance would be to tell them all. They'll understand and they will join.
I don't want them tied up in this. This was what I didn't expect you to answer.
They became tied up in it the moment Cassius showed up.
All right. Abukia, I can't argue that you speak some words of wisdom. I'll take it into consideration as I decide what I'm gonna do. So thank you. But they're the heroes. I think I'm holding them back anyway. If I leave, they'll be better off.
Everything that has taken place so far has been because of tiny things that everybody has done, including you, little one.
All right.
You are a hero, whether you feel it or not. You've helped and have been part of the solution.
No matter what I decide, will you look after them?
I have you all here. Once you leave, which I sense is soon, you're no longer under my protection and my guidance. So if they choose to flee to chase after you, what happens to them, I cannot protect.
All right. I have another question for you on a completely unrelated topic. Do you think we could take a green dragon?
She laughs. I think you can take whatever you set your heart to.
Aw, that's so nice of you. Thank
But
you.
remember that everything may have been brought to light recently, but Binbart bestowed the power upon you to allow you to grow within it to fight the battle when you were ready. And you, little one, are not ready.
Man, talking to a god is pretty amazing. Listen, I've been talking to people to try and figure this out. Maybe you can help me. Bimbart may have given me this power, but he also gave me a warning. Do you know who I can talk to stop the madness from getting to me?
The madness happens, but as you grow, it'll fade. People may say you're crazy. People may say that you're mad. The reality behind it was a facade by Bimbart. He stayed where he stayed because it was the safest for him. It was the safest for the people he knew. And he lasted for as long as he did because nobody knew where he was. He was constantly hunted, as you will constantly be. But he had to act the way he acted to stay there. You, on the other hand, were there for the tragedies of past. There's good in you. The madness is there. Grow in strength and it will slightly go away to the point where you can heal yourself to push it away. But the reality is your madness is your strength.
You've given me a lot to think about, Abukia. Whew. I've got to figure out a way to keep these guys here. So, thank you. I don't know how to end this. Like, there's not, like, is there a disconnect? Is there something I'm supposed to say?
No, little one. I just encourage you to stay. With that, I'll let you go. And be careful.
You're so sweet, Abukia. I don't care what Kyruss says. I hope you stick around for a while.
And you sense she's no longer there.
Okay. So Neni is going to probably ride his pony and just be in contemplative thought throughout the night. And some time during the night, he's going to end up back at the inn and sneak into Lord Kyruss's room and take his letter and put it back in his pack and just lay in bed until he drifts off to sleep.
All right. So, first things first. Kyruss was drunk, but he wasn't passed out. So, as he sobers up in his sleep, I'm going to have you make a stealth check to go into his room.
Public or private?
Let's make it private.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
Deathly silent. You sneak in. You hear Kyruss just snoring away, mumbling something about Yanilla, something about the kiss, something about how he'll never forget. You grab your letter, you fold it up, you tuck it away, you set the other two back on the desk, and you slide out just fine.
Okay.
That was a heck of a roll.
Yeah.
All right. Morning. What do you guys do?
Neni's going to sleep in.
And besides
Yep.
stuff, a pounding headache.
Yeah. Everybody wakes up with a pounding headache that was drunk.
Darren gets
now-
up, looks over and sees Neni laying down, and then he's just kind of looking up like he had the weirdest dream and trying to remember if we went and had adult entertainment last night. He just doesn't remember.
Yeah,
He was going to ask Neni, but Neni's passed out, so
Neni's dead asleep right now.
so he's
Go
just
get
confused.
some
He's really confused.
breakfast.
So you guys had.
I say we get some breakfast.
Darren goes and gets breakfast and some sort of black coffee.
All right.
Yes.
Sorry, guys, I'm fading, so I'll just
All
follow
right, no.
along.
So what
Back
we'll
to the
do
table.
is we've got 6 minutes. We'll call it the night for Godorak as well, right? So,
Thank you.
yep. I know we didn't get a lot done. Celebration was needed. The little role play with Kyruss was definitely needed. Neni threw a nice little loop there. Thank you for making me have to pivot and dodge to make things happen. But everybody that tuned in this week, I see we're at 7 viewers. So whoever's there, you haven't acknowledged themselves. Thank you for supporting and watching. We truly appreciate it here at the Order of the Dice.
Yep.
For you guys that don't know or who new here, we stream every Thursday night from 8 p.m. Mountain until about 10 to 11 p.m. Depends on how intense our combats in the session is, whether or not we go from 10 to 11. But we truly appreciate it. Stay tuned. We've got the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and the website are all coming along nicely, and and a YouTube channel. All of our streams are uploaded on our YouTube, which you can definitely find. The link to that is in the About section. And go ahead and click on follow if you haven't yet. And we look forward to next week, guys.
And if you're on YouTube, click subscribe. And honestly, share it with your friends. The more we get, if we can get sponsors like we did last week and get some money, we do plan on investing everything that we get back into this to make it better. We're doing this because we enjoy it. It's not something like we have fun. So anybody who watches or listens or follows, like, you allow us to do this for fun and maybe make it more entertaining for all of you as well.
Absolutely. And with that, guys, so long. Good night.